In this scene, a father and young Victor are riding through the Tanzanian rainforest on their way to explore a glacier. The father is excited to share the wonders of the ice, saying it holds more life than even the jungle around them. Victor, curious but quiet, looks out the window, taking everything in. Suddenly, he falls silent, and his wide, bright eyes begin to shift to an eerie red, leaving his father alarmed and calling out in concern. In the streets of Gotham, Bruce's friends gather by a quiet memorial for their late friend, Mitchell Matches Malone. They struggle to find the right words, with Ozzy offering a rough but honest take and Harvey urging sincerity. As they light a match in his memory, they reflect on a childhood game that Matches always led, choosing himself for every dare, no matter how risky. He wasn't just brave, he was the kind of kid who couldn't back down, and that stuck with everyone who knew him. The group shares memories of Matches, wondering how he'd been doing before his death. Some recall him being on the rise again, though others hint he was slipping back into old habits. When the question comes up about who saw him last, Bruce steps out from the shadows saying he did. We go back 1 week where we see Bruce walking across a heavily guarded bridge, reflecting on how Gotham has changed under martial law since the Black Mask incident. The city feels off, quiet, tense, and watched. Like something bigger is unfolding just beneath the surface. With construction halted and even the weather feeling hostile as a freak snowstorm is on the way. Bruce's instincts lead him to Arc M, a mysterious black site rising offshore. He suspects it holds answers and is determined to infiltrate it by morning, convinced that everything strange happening in Gotham ties back to that ominous place. Bruce meets up with a jittery and paranoid Matches Malone, who's clearly been through something intense. Matches had promised forged papers, but surprises Bruce by revealing he managed to infiltrate the Arc M site himself. As they walk together, Bruce notes how shaken Matches is, sensing the weight of whatever he saw inside. Matches tries to play it cool, but his nervous energy and cryptic hints point to something deeply wrong. Bruce confronts Matches, frustrated he risks so much by going into Arc M alone. Matches brushes it off with his usual swagger, but it's clear the place shook him. He calls it beyond anything he's seen and reveals it's already active, with people inside. He hands Bruce a phone loaded with footage, promising to go back for more. As the moment turns emotional, Matches opens up, telling Bruce he did it out of loyalty and love for their old bond. Just as Matches tries to finish his heartfelt confession, his face suddenly erupts in a grotesque, horrifying transformation. Blood pours from his skin as lesions spread rapidly, his eyes wide with terror and pain. Bruce shouts in shock, helpless as Matches collapses, violently convulsing. Whatever happened to him inside Arc M is now literally tearing him apart. Bruce, shocked, stands over Matches' lifeless, disfigured body, visibly shaken by what just happened. A bystander stumbles onto the scene. Bruce quickly turns, aiming his armored cast in defense, unsure if the stranger is a threat. He grabs the cracked phone and leaves the scene. Blood continues to pour out of Matches as his face remains frozen in a haunting expression. In the present, at Matches' memorial, Bruce shares with his friends that Matches was killed using a biological weapon, and the clues on his phone might help uncover who's behind it. His friends are stunned, especially since official reports didn't mention anything like that. They're also frustrated that Bruce vanished for a long time, and the last they heard of him, he was leaping out of a plane in full Batman gear. As Bruce tries to leave, they push back, demanding answers. This isn't just about old friendships anymore. It's about Batman and what he's really up to. Batman reviews disturbing footage from Matches' phone, brief, chaotic clips of a facility with flickering lights, screaming, and strange experiments. The video ends on a room labeled V-Core, filled with notes on cryogenics and names like Fries. Realizing the company behind it all has a presence in Gotham, Batman takes to the skies, determined to investigate before they can cover their tracks. As he soars toward the target, GCPD officers spot him and prepare to launch drones. Undeterred, Batman charges ahead, ready to confront whatever waits. As Batman dodges relentless fire from GCPD drones mid-flight, Alfred patches through with urgent intel from London. He reveals that the agent responsible for Matches' horrific death isn't a virus or biological weapon. It's something even stranger, a bacterium. What's more unsettling is that there's no record of it anywhere, not even with the World Health Organization. Batman, weaving through explosions and debris, demands the big question. If it's not man-made or cataloged, where did it come from? After narrowly escaping the drones, Batman drops under a bridge and quickly takes out a pair of startled GCPD officers by slamming them into each other mid-chase. Still on the call with Alfred, he receives a final bit of advice before signing off. "Take care of yourself, kid." Batman then scales a nearby building and pauses as he spots it. The glowing sign of V-Corps, the company tied to the mystery at the heart of it all. Bruce admits he should have kept his friends out of everything, including the truth about Batman. His friends push back, hurt and frustrated, asking if all their time together, training, working, studying, meant nothing while he kept his secret. One of them jokes bitterly that Bruce kept everyone at arm's length when it came to Batman. But Bruce shifts the focus back to matches, insisting that's what truly matters now. When they try to press deeper, Bruce shuts it down, saying it's time for them to step aside so he can get back to work. Now undercover as an engineer, Bruce enters the top floor of the V-Corps building, wary of its heavy surveillance. Inside, he discovers a massive, chilled chamber housing enormous blocks of ice, each containing prehistoric creatures frozen in eerie detail. He quietly wonders what kind of operation could demand so much power. As he examines the icy specimens up close, a voice off-panel answers his unspoken question. "They're all real, if that's what you're wondering." Bruce, using the alias Pennyworth, speaks with a calm but eerie V-Corps employee who explains that the frozen animals came from all over the world. He casually mentions how dangerous large ice can be if disturbed, while Bruce pretends to be a city inspector checking on power usage. Though the man seems to buy Bruce's cover, Bruce notes his subtle suspicion. As they look out over Gotham, Bruce asks if Victor and Nora Freeze oversee the facility, and the man confirms it with an unsettling pause, then presses a button with a quiet click. Bruce stares in stunned silence at the frozen bodies of Victor Freeze and his wife Nora, suspended in icy stasis. The eerie V-Corps employee finally reveals his identity. He's their son, Victor Jr., the same boy from the prologue. He explains that his parents chose this fate out of their deep love for the ice and belief in V-Corps' mission. Bruce, unsettled, questions what that mission truly is, noting how little information exists about the company. Victor Jr. explains that his parents believed ice held divine potential, capable of preserving life and knowledge until humanity was ready. They founded V-Corps to freeze people in hopes of curing them in the future, including themselves. When Bruce asks if anyone has ever actually been revived, Victor Jr. reveals that he was saved from a terminal illness as a child by being frozen. Meanwhile, in the bottom panel, Bruce walks away from his friends, refusing to discuss any more details about his life as Batman. One of his friends coldly warns Bruce that if he walks away, he promises Bruce that he will die. As Victor Jr. speaks, Bruce quietly searches the lab for clues, piecing together that the ice didn't just preserve, it changed something. He finds disturbing hints of ancient microorganisms hidden in the ice, possibly linked to what happened to Matches. Victor says to Bruce that his parents told him the ice wouldn't hurt him. He says they were wrong as he felt every bit of it. It's wrath, it's fury, it's reckoning. Victor's eyes glow red as he begins to transform, overtaken by whatever now lives within him. Bruce watches in horror, understanding the chilling truth. Victor did this. Victor tells Bruce that the ice gives birth to monsters. Victor's transformation is now complete as he appears as a monstrous, chilling version of Mr. Freeze, his body warped and alien, his eyes glowing with icy rage. Looming over Bruce, he says the monsters that ice creates are just like him. Then he lunges at Bruce with elongated, clawed limbs. Bruce screams as Victor covers his face with his blackened, frost-bitten hands and ominously says he's taking him to the land of ice.